We've all heard about Anthropic's Claude Mythos by now. This is an unreleased internal Claude model that is supposedly being withheld from the public because of its advanced autonomous cybersecurity and hacking capabilities. Personally, I think it is a marketing gimmick to build up hype, but regardless, the model still seems extremely capable. In my last video, I talked about how Claude Mythos was spotted on Google Cloud consoles under the Claude Mythos Preview 1 flag, which suggests that certain verified access points may have gotten access to the model through Claude code and Claude security. But now we finally have some leaked outputs from internal testers and red teamers, and honestly the quality looks pretty solid. Now here is the first leaked Saturn spaceship PyArt generation from the Claude Mythos, and honestly this is actually pretty wild, and it's a solid coded output in PyArt. This is something that was generated from a trusted source on Twitter, which I can't really reveal his name, but I'm pretty sure you have definitely seen his name around. This clearly shows that the model generated the scene thoroughly with Python libraries, and overall the results are pretty surprisingly clean. The Saturn rings, the gradients, the stars, even the little spaceship has came together pretty well in a coherent fashion. Now, I'm not saying this is some crazy generation. Most models can actually generate stuff at this same capability, so it's nothing super extraordinary, but honestly, it's exactly the kind of thing I wanted to see from the Mythos because it shows that the model can actually generate functional visual outputs through code instead of just writing random scripts that barely work. And obviously, this isn't some insanely complex render, but for an early leaked preview build, this is a respectable work and definitely shows strong coding coherence from the model. Now, we just saw that PyArt generation, but what makes this even crazier is that Claude Mythos Preview is already ranked #1 on ExploitBench, which is a new benchmark, and it scores at a 69%, and the model isn't even publicly released yet. This is where the ExploitBench has gotten access to this model, and essentially it's a benchmark to measure how capable AI models are at real-world software exploitation, not just finding vulnerabilities, but actually progressing through entire exploitation chains from vulnerable code discovery all the way to arbitrary code execution. And honestly, with frontier models evolving this quickly, that's why tools like OpenRouter definitely help and become more useful because developers need a simple way to rapidly test and compare and switch between all of the different models without rebuilding their entire tech stack every single day. So to show what I mean, I'm going to use OpenRouter's compare feature, and you can basically run the exact same front-end prompt across two different models. In this case, I'm comparing the Claude Opus 4.7 against Gemini 3.5 Flash to see which model is better at front-end designing. Obviously, this is just one benchmark, but I'm using a single file HTML SaaS landing page prompt with React, GSAP, scroll-driven typography, and a signature animation. And this is where OpenRouter is actually useful because instead of guessing which model is better for front-end work, I can test them side by side. Now I can essentially compare the outputs. This is what the Gemini 3.5 Flash had generated, which looks exceptional. And here is what the Opus 4.7 had generated with this landing page. And both of them actually did a pretty remarkable job. I can even test them side by side. This is where I can compare different models like Claude Opus 4.7, GPT 5.5, as well as the new Gemini 3.5 Flash. And within the compare feature, I can actually look at the output quality, compare the speeds amongst the models, the pricing, and decide which one is actually the best one based off of each individual task. You can even highlight the best amongst these different providers because sometimes the most expensive model gives you a better design taste and structure, but sometimes a faster or cheaper model gets you 80% of the way there for way less. Another thing I also noticed is that OpenRouter lets you test newer and lesser known models really quickly without needing to constantly rework your setup every single time something new drops. OpenRouter also has an SDK, a unified response API, routing fallback systems for reliability, and support for newer frontier and open source models the moment they actually launch, and it's actually super useful. And to showcase what I've done visually with this SDK is building this AI routing dashboard. And this is using OpenRouter's SDK where different requests automatically get routed between models like Opus, Gemini, DeepSeek, you even have an older kind model, and Kimi, depending on the task, latency, as well as fallback reliability. This is what you can do with this SDK. So if you're looking to use AI models with a unified API, building agents, coding tools, or AI apps where model choice actually matters. Take a look at OpenRouter with the link in the description below. And also thanks to them for sponsoring today's video. Now moving back into the video, a couple of areas where this new model slug was seen was throughout the Claude app. This is where Mythos Preview 1 is listed over here directly within the app. And from these leaked screenshots, we can also see the reference to the preview model. This is something that was recently released within Google Cloud Vertex. And essentially, it is a model that has adaptive thinking and a system that essentially is going to have a new thinking system. And I don't think this will be released to the public, but it could be a variant that they could potentially release later on down the line. Now, moving forward with another glimpse recently into what Mythos might be capable of doing. And honestly, this one is way more interesting than the PyArt code generation because a Harvard mathematician and Anthropic researcher named Levent recently shared a thread involving Erdos Problem 90. And this is a famous geometry problem that has been around since the 1940s. This essentially involves the maximum number of unit distances between points on a plane. And what's interesting is just after OpenAI had reportedly found a breakthrough solution, Levent decided to test Claude Mythos in an isolated air-gapped setup with no internet access and no exposure to OpenAI's approach. And according to this thread, Mythos independently solved the problem as well. But apparently, the really interesting part is that it didn't just converge on the same reasoning path. Levent actually described Mythos' approach as cleaner and more elegant in certain areas while avoiding a lot of the analytical complications from previous methods. And what's honestly kind of insane is about how these problems have survived for nearly about 80 years. And now multiple frontier models are beginning to independently reason through them essentially within a couple of weeks. And to me, this is where Mythos becomes genuinely interesting, not just a flashy demo. The possibility that Anthropic is building a model that is extremely strong for long horizon reasoning and mathematical exploration capabilities. And what makes this even crazier is that Levent actually linked the full paper publicly. It's a fully polished 13-page mathematical paper hosted directly on Anthropic's CDN, and according to Levent, the write-up itself was prepared by Opus 4.7 using Mythos' raw reasoning and solution structure. And honestly, this is the part that really stood out to me the most because this wasn't just some vague benchmark claim on Twitter. It's not a hype thread as well. There's actual formal proof write up that is showing reasoning paths of Mythos converging on. It involves class field towers, you have norm 1 tori, and the geometry of numbers to achieve a polynomial improvement on a unit distance problem, which honestly makes this whole Mythos situation feel significantly more real. Now, these recent leaks that we're seeing is just tied to Claude security, showcasing the references through this new flag. Now, it is also available for enterprise UI systems and deeper integrations into Claude Code and Claude security workflows. This doesn't necessarily mean that it will be deployed to every single user. But honestly, the most important part here is that Anthropic's messaging around the Mythos seems to be changing as well. Earlier on, the company heavily implied that these kinds of models would remain restricted internally due to safety concerns around autonomous cybersecurity and vulnerability research. But now, Anthropic recently came back stating that Mythos class models could eventually become generally available once stronger safeguards are in place. And honestly, it's a pretty major shift because it suggests that Anthropic is no longer treating Mythos as some permanently locked internal system. This is why I meant that this could be some gimmick that they were essentially just trying to hype up for their IPO. And it feels like they have now found a solution to actually release one of the Mythos preview models, maybe in the next 3 months. I think that it will be released no later than August. That's just my 2 cents. We are seeing a lot of these leaks, and it definitely hints at Mythos being released fairly soon. But that's about it, guys. Let me know what you guys think about this new release and new leaks that we had found. I'll leave all the links that I used in today's video in the description below. Make sure you take a look at the second channel where we're posting new AI news on a daily basis. Join the newsletter, join the Discord, follow me on Twitter, and lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and please take a look at our previous videos so that you can stay up to date with the latest AI news. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys fairly shortly. Peace out, fellas.